it takes too long. It's too expensive.
I have a client that has 10-year projects.
Yeah, that's normal in product development there because you have these phases, and then you have the gates with government agencies.
Approval.
Yeah, with approvals. Yes, exactly. And it takes a lot of time to get these approvals. So it takes very long. Yeah. I'm currently involved with one company that does exactly that.
Yeah.
You know? They are
It's fascinating.
It's
another example of situational project management.
Incredible how much money they spend for that. And that's the problem with the big companies. Smaller companies are much quicker here. Yeah. They still have to go through the same process, but inside these processes, they are much, much quicker. Yeah. And if something goes wrong, to let a small company go bankrupt over that is hurtful for a small group of people. Yeah. But to let a big group of companies, a big name, go bankrupt.
I recently saw a statistic. I don't know who came up with it. Don't believe any statistic you didn't make up yourself. But it sounded legitimate. I think the classical statistic is 38 to 40% of projects are successful, whatever that means, in scope, in time, in budget, plus or minus 10%. Only 8% of large projects are in scope, in time, in cost, plus or minus 10%. And of those large projects, I think the statistic was up to somewhere between 10 to 20% of the large project actually endanger the future of the company.
This could be, but I would be very careful with the statistics because the question is, what is their criterion? One of the other frustrations why I wrote my first book was the chaos report, which comes up with such numbers.
Standish Group.
And exactly, Standish Group. And sorry, Standish Group, if you listen to that. But
no, they should hear this.
They should hear that. The criterion, at least when I wrote my book, I think that they haven't changed it yet, is did the project fulfill the original requirements, expectations, and so on? And then my question is, okay, how likely is it that the expectations, requirements, the product ideas at the beginning are still the same at the end of the project?
That's another.
And if your project requirements change over the course of the project and you meet the original requirements, that could be failure.
I would go even a step further because you talked about this with phase gate or stage gate. Is a project that is killed during a phase gate a success or a failure?
It is neither a success nor failure.
I would see it
not
more
necessarily.
I would see if you're smart enough, and excuse my language, have the balls to make a decision. I would see it as a success before I spend.
Typically, in a phase gate, it's not killed by your management. It is killed by some kind of government agency. And this is a failure on the stock exchanges. If you have a pharmaceutical company and their development project, product development is killed during a phase gate, you see their share value going down dramatically.
I think the statistics in pharmaceutical, only 10% of the products developed in pharmaceutical research and development actually make it to market.
I have no idea.
It's somewhere between 8 to 10%. But they make so much money with those 8 to 10%. It's part of the game. It's the cost of doing business.
Yeah, but the big companies cannot afford this anymore because it's getting so expensive to go through all these processes. Yeah, of course, they have some kind of pipeline here, some kind of roadmap, what they want to develop, and then they know maybe it's 1/10 of them. Yes, of course.